my channel Like Ice. I am back with another no reaction but with a story which is going to excite you, and it's a very different story of a person who have I encountered as a obsessive psycho boss who was mentally not fit to work but was working in the office. If you're willing to listen to this story, for that please do subscribe my channel below and hit the like button and the notification. So let's start the story. Alright, so you guys must be wondering where I was. I have been looking for the job for the past few months, and I was being approached by a man who was a manager, a sales manager. He asked me to come for the interview, and very next day I went for it. What happened next is gonna shock you. So I was at his office for the interview, and he suddenly started asking me a weird question which was very alarming for me. He gave me a blank paper and asked me to sign on it. At first I was very hesitant because how can you sign on a blank paper, and because you are not aware what this person is and who is he, and anything can be, he can write it afterwards if on my blank on my signature, because it's totally blank. He can write anything, sort of. So I avoid doing it, but he forced me to do it, and he took my signature on the blank paper. Well, I came to know afterwards that with other candidates he's been seen drawing a buildings on a blank paper, and he's asking them, the candidates, like, what you see in this building. I can only say at that moment that I see your mental health is not stable. Well, this was my interview and it got over. They suddenly vanished and there was no response from them. After a few months, almost 3 months, he approached me and hired me suddenly. Well, I reached to his office. I have asked them the salary package which I was willing for. Here comes in another fraud. The GM of that company, he told me that we are going to make a contract of such amount which he was willing to give me, and the amount which I'm requesting, extra amount of 500, he said we are going to give you from his division. So it's not going to be written into your contract because we have certain criteria. Then he took me to HR department, and they prepared my contract and they wrote the salary which they were demanding, and I signed it. Here comes another interesting part of a boss I've been reported to, and what happened with me on the first day will shock you out. My day started as normal and everything was fine. My sales manager who hired me, he asked me to come. He called me and he asked me to come to his room, and he suddenly started commenting on my language, on that I should be shameful, like this sort of comments he was passing to me, which I just ignored that thing. So I just came out from his room, and within 2 seconds he followed me and chased me back to my desk where I was sitting, and he came out with an excuse that why you are not wearing a face mask. I saw another person over there who was not wearing a face mask as well, and he immediately told me that this person got a vaccine for the COVID-19, and it literally made me think that there is something really fishy going on in his mind, because he doesn't sound normal. As everybody knows, there is no vaccine for COVID-19. So next few minutes have passed, and he suddenly called me in his room and he started commenting on my shoes, that he don't like my shoes. I was like, man, from where this thing is coming? Like, I just recently joined and it's my first day with you, and you are so controlling. You're going so personal to me, like you don't like my shoes. And he started suggesting me the shoes which he is willing me to wear, the type of shoes, how much sole it has to be, which color it has to be. He asked me to purchase a new pair of shoes. Well, from my side, it was a big no-no, but of course, I wanted to know what's going on in his mind, and I asked him a question just to learn that what kind of mentality he's keeping. At that moment, I just realized that he is not a normal person. So I asked him, what if I purchase the new shoes, and if you didn't like those, do I have to change those again? Well, he stayed silent and he said to manage it. At that moment, I know that this thing is not gonna work. He's getting too personal, too pushy, and controlling over me, that what I have to wear, what not. So I head up to the HR and I complained for it. So HR, they definitely took the decision and they issued him a warning letter on the first day of my joining with my hiring boss. I know this is a very bold step, but yes, I took it. A week passed, his manager was still stuck on my shoes. Every day, every time when I used to walk, he used to watch my shoes, he used to hear my shoes, not concentrating on my work, he was more concentrating on my shoes. That which was I found is not at all normal. After a week have been passed, the GM called a meeting in front of all the staff, and the GM literally put all the blame on me that I have escalated all these things. As you guys know that I'm a girl who does not take wrong things, and I take my stand always. So I took my stand over there, and in front of everybody I disclosed what exactly happened to the GM, that whatever blames he's putting on me is totally false and he is putting in allegations on me wrongly. To cut the story short, I have resigned. So here comes another part of it. When it comes about the salary for the final settlement of mine, they paid me according to my contract, not as per they said that they are going to pay me a petty cash, which amount I have been hired for. And this was a very reputed company which I have been working for. My motive for sharing this story with you guys was that these are companies which are very reputed with the name, but they are also doing a fraud with you guys, with the employees of the COVID-19. There are many companies, other companies other than this also are approaching me, and they wants to hire you for the free purpose, but they are not willing to pay for you the salary. So it's very important for you guys that if you have been hired, just check the company details, the reviews, so you will know that how this company is and what sort of manager you're going to work with, what is his behavior, if he's mentally stable or he's not. Here, one thing I want to clear, that I'm not totally blaming that sales manager because he's having a mental health issue which he's not aware of his acts. But I do blame to the management that after knowing so many complaints that his behavior with the other candidates, with the other employees and the staff is similar as mine, they're still keeping him. So yes, this is my story of today, and hope you enjoyed listening to it. And if you have any comments, please do share below, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the like button. So stay home and stay safe. See you till then.